Okay.
L'exercice est très simple, hein. C'est
Very
la
simple
finalité,
exercise.
ça va être sur le
This will be on the website for the A.M.I. and for the Roberto Cimetta Fund as proposals resulting from this conference. People will react or not, they'll disagree or agree, we'll see. Meanwhile, these are the concrete recommendations as a result of the participation of everybody here. We'd like once again to thank, in particular, and particularly the conservationists, who everybody says have been quite remarkable. We've had some very good panel members, apart from Adele, he was no good at all.
Ok, alors, le conversation numéro 1, ça s'appelait...
Conversation number 1 was European Arab Cultural Capital, a driver for free speech. Question mark, that's a recommendation.
Recommandation 1.
So recommendation 1 was to include freedom of speech in the selection criteria for the program that is proposed and its implementation. Recommendation number 2, to talk about the general orientation of the cultural capital within an idea incubator made up of citizens and independent cultural players of very different tendencies. Recommendation number 3, to foster solid and sustainable links between all the Arab and European cultural capitals and those outside the European sphere, and why not African as well, to highlight the points that they have in common and the diversity and to exchange experience and know-how. Those are the recommendations which are extremely valuable and very well thought out. Conversation number 2 was cultural markets or cultural action, how to be audible while remaining authentic. So the recommendations from this one. Recommendation number 1 was creation of a support group or political lobbying group to help artists work in Arab countries. That's a simple and effective and clear idea. Recommendation number 2, to encourage the financial backers to support artists and operators in the long term, especially for structuring and reinforcement of structuring. And recommendation number 3 is to encourage South-South mobility and provide long-term future for North-South mobility, even in difficult political circumstances. Once again, very good ideas. Conversation number 3, intangible heritage. Should we protect it or transform it? The answer is in English. Donc la recommandation numéro 1, d'attirer l'attention des gouvernements, des organisations internationales et des...
Take urgent measures to safeguard by maintaining, fostering and regenerating intangible and tangible cultural heritage of communities and groups in conflict zones, especially those that are targeted by terrorist organizations who intend to eradicate culture, identity, and diversity. Recommendation number 2, to provide status to those individuals or groups who possesses knowledge of I cannot read that, please. Vicky, help me. To provide status to those individuals or groups who possesses knowledge of this heritage and are able to transmit their skills by reinvigorating the living treasures and ensuring that they are economically sustainable. And recommendation number 3, to ensure the protection, preservation, transmission, and regeneration of intangible cultural heritage through the support of technological methods of recordings and preservation that can guarantee easy accessibility to all. Merci. La conversation numéro 4.
Conversation number 4 was...
Quelles sont les formes d'incubateurs en présence? De quoi parlons-nous?
What form of cultural incubators are available? What are we talking about? There were 4 recommendations. instead of 3, okay? Recommendation number 1, an incubator is not just simple space for co-working. A cultural incubator has to combine the sectors and skills and the profiles of people and projects. Recommendation number 2, an incubator should be a player in structuring its territory. Number 3, an incubator should guarantee the independence and sustainability of the supported projects. Support, yes, but replacement for the project leaders, no. And number 4, this is the joker, a need to make private sector aware of the need to support incubators by creating a favorable legal framework for their development with tax credits. Then we have conversation number 5. What kind of corporate social responsibility do cultural business incubators have? Donc, encore une fois, c'est en anglais. Tout d'abord, le premier.
At replicable models of practices and policy. Recommendation number 2, strive for balance between strategic intent with long-term view and short-term robust practice. For example, keep eye on the ball and be future focused, yes. And recommendation number 3, strive for social and business impact simultaneously, realized through strategic partnership between education sector locally. Et la conversation numéro 6, peut-on inventer de nouvelles formes
Conversation number 6, can we invent new forms of new cultural markets in a fair, sustainable, autonomous mode? Here they've been very clever because they've given 3 answers, but there's about 4 or 5 bits to each answer. Okay, we'll let them get away with that one. Recommendation number 1 is called structuring. Cultural education, sharing of experience and intermediation, creation of tools. Recommendation number 2, chapter 2, better sharing of public cultural resources, the idea of swarming and the attribution to civil society, revision of the terms and conditions for financing and evaluation, and development of public-private financing models. And recommendation number 3 is multiplication of cultural territories, strengthening of decentralization, reinvention of arrangements for decentralization, and the emergence of balanced metropolises as a counterpoint to capital cities, which is very interesting. There we are, ladies and gentlemen. These are the results of your work over the last 2 days. We'll no doubt we'll put that in a proper format and translate it into both languages. 3 languages, yes, sorry. English, French and Arabic on the sites that are in reference to A.M.I. and the Roberto Cimetta Fund. We'll stop there. I don't have much to add. I'm very pleased with how everything's gone. I think everybody feels the same. We're all very pleased with how it went. I'm not certain that it will cause the powers to change their attitude and to get them to go in the direction we want them to go in. But this is what we have to do. We don't really have much choice. This is all we can do. And once again, we need to support the artists who are in prison, who are being hit with sticks in certain countries. And above all, let's be ready for the unexpected. I think this is as far as we can go. We try to plan and imagine things. And as John Lennon said, I think it's a very important recommendation. La vie, c'est ce qui vous arrive.
Une fois que tous tes plans sont cassés la gueule. Donc reste
so let's remember,
capable de
attentive and listen to what's happening and be capable of unexpected events, reacting to unexpected events. Thank you.